evening and God bless you. Um, I wanted to read uh, what Jesus told me when He came to me. He came to me in form of a white cloud. I think I called it a white fog. And 5 years later I read the Acts of the Apostles, and literally Saul, who was converted to Paul the Apostle, he was enveloped into a white cloud, and there was a voice from outside talking to him, because the people that were with him going to Damascus, they could hear the voice but didn't see anything. And I was absolutely sure if someone would have been in the room together with me, he would have heard the voice, because it was not like in meditation where you hear the spirits inside of your head. It was from outside of my head, the voice, and it was audible, and it was loud, and it was full of authority. And I really didn't know who or what that is. So basically I said, maybe I even said the same thing that Saul said in his astonishment, "Who art thou, Lord?" But I'm not sure if I said, who are you? At least I thought it, but I thought that he would tell me that he is Jesus Christ, but he did not. He said, I'm going to tell you what he said, what I have written down, and I haven't written down all the things because he talked to me for like 45 minutes or something. But he said to me, he didn't say, "Hello, I'm Jesus." He said, "My son, I forgive you. You are forgiven. I will be with you even when you cannot see me, and we will help you become whole and healthy again. You are now a son of God. You have a special purpose ahead of you. Do not be afraid." He said that over and over again, "Do not be afraid," because I was very afraid. I thought that this was a demonic manifestation or whatever, and now I'm going to die or something. And he said, "I am that I am." He said, I am, I was, and I will be. He said, "I am the beginning and the end." Then he said, "I am the Alpha and the Omega." This is the only thing that I've heard before. The Alpha and the Omega. That's something that I heard before. But all the other things that he said, I had never heard that before. Like I think Moses, when he saw the burning bush, the bush said, "I am that I am." Also ich bin, dass ich bin in German. So, and he said to me, "I knew you before you were born." And when he said that, I could remember what he meant. So he could, by his presence and by his words, he could unlock memories inside of my mind that were long forgotten. But I remember having the feeling that I know this person. I know this person. I do know him. I don't know how, why, but I know this person. Still, I was very afraid. So, and then he said, "You had to go through hell to have the incentive to find me." And then he said, "Be patient and learn." And then he said, "I knew you before you were born. I am the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega." And he said, "You will look back on this day, the 29th of November 2014, and see that this was the most important day in your life." or even even said that this was the best day in your life. And I did not believe him. I really did not believe him, because I felt so bad. I felt like I was going to die, so I did not really believe him. But when I disbelieved him, I I experienced a little flickering of him um, being impatient with me, and I did not want to upset that person, whoever he was. I did not believe that he was Jesus. So I had a hard time believing that, obviously. And still, after that happened, I still got more and more involved in this occult thing, because my thinking was so warped. And for a long time I had two Bible verses in my head stuck, and one of them was, Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. I don't even know how I could have known that. It was just in my head all day long, just putting huge doubt on me that it was real. But 6 years later, I don't have any doubt, because what he said, all it came to pass, step by step by step. All the things came to pass. My health has improved, which is a miracle for me, because I was so damaged. At that point, I had no hope anymore. None. Absolutely none. And yeah, pretty much everything he told me came to pass. He also, yeah, anyway, that's too personal, but I'm trying to remember. And by the way, an angel, during this happened, an angel was standing in my room, manifested, and he had his arms crossed like this, and he looked at me very, very sternly, and like either nearly hostile, and it was the most incredible thing. And it was not a dream, it was not a hallucination, it just happened. And he told me many things. It was after that happened, it was like a download of information. For a long time, it was just a download of information, and I could see through all the lies. And it took me many years to stop doubting that this was real. But in the beginning, I always had like some Bible verse. Although I didn't really know anything about the Bible, I knew Hebrews 10 verse 2, or Hebrews 2 verse 10, I'm not sure, uh, which says that even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So I constantly thought that this was a deception, or this was the absurdest things I thought, until I read that this didn't just happen to me, that this happened to many people. I just recently I heard there was a compilation of 12 testimonies, and I saw 3 or 4 of them, and there was at least 1 or 2 of the testimonies that I saw which said that a white light enveloped them, a white fog or a white cloud, exactly like I phrased it. And I didn't read the Acts of the Apostles until 5.5 years later, and that the same thing happened to the Apostle Paul. So thank you for listening, and God bless.